Hi, my name is Ashish. First of all, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. Wishing everyone a wonderful and rewarding year to come. In this video, we will see default labels and policies in Microsoft Purview to protect data. I'll just quickly log on to the portal and take it from there. Alright, I'm logged on to the portal. This is purview.microsoft.com. Here it is. So first of all, you have to be an eligible customer. We having the necessary licenses that can activate default labels and policies for Microsoft Purview information protection. Because you will get sensitivity labels in the sensitivity label policy, client-side auto-labeling, service-side auto-labeling, and DLP policies for terms and devices. Now, the default configurations will help us to get up and running quickly with Microsoft Purview information protection. Right? We can use them as is, make just a few changes or fully customize them to better suit our requirements. All right. Now, if you are a new customer, then you've had a Microsoft Purview for less than 30 days. Your tenant can activate all the listed default configurations. And if you are an existing customer and you had Microsoft Purview for more than 30 days, you can activate the default configurations if you have not yet configured an equivalent. Okay. So, like we are all logged on to Microsoft Purview compliance portal earlier. So if you used to go to compliance.microsoft.com, it says, check out the new Microsoft Purview portal. The new portal brings together governance and compliance solutions. Right. So earlier it was governance.microsoft.com, compliance.microsoft.com, purview.microsoft.com. Now it is all hosted under one portal, which is purview.microsoft.com, which you saw here, on which we were earlier, right? I just wanted to show you how it's now on the new portal. Now you'll have to go to the information protection here. You'll see this page. Make sure that you have the permissions to create and manage sensitivity labels, and you need to have permissions to manage DLP policies. Now, if you're eligible for the Microsoft Purview information protection default labels and policies, you will see the information where you can activate the default labels and policies. If you don't see those information with the activation option, we are not currently eligible for the automatic creation of sensitivity labels or the policies. Next, you can enable sensitivity labels for SharePoint and OneDrive. Now, this step is a prerequisite to use sensitivity labels in Office for the web and auto labeling policies for SharePoint and OneDrive. Now, if you are not getting that option, that your organization has not turned on the ability to process content in Office Online, you have to turn that on. Okay. Now, if you'll see, I have this sensitivity labels option under information protection on purview.microsoft.com portal. Extend labeling beyond Microsoft 365, new feature in preview. When turned on, you'll be able to apply sensitivity labels to assets in non-Microsoft 365 data sources like Azure and Amazon S3, as well as apps in the Microsoft Defender for Cloud's app catalog. This is the option that I was talking about earlier, that if it's not turned on, you have to turn that on. Okay. Now, what happens when I click on turn on here? It says when you turn this on, the sensitivity labels in your Microsoft 365 organizations will be available in Azure Purview and Microsoft Defender for Cloud. Even if these services are deployed in different geographic locations, you will be able to apply these labels to SQL columns, files in Azure Blob storage, and more. Label names and related custom sensitive info types will also be shared with Microsoft Defender for Cloud to help enrich recommendations and alerts. Do you agree to turn on labeling for Azure Purview and Microsoft Defender? This is my lab talent, so I'll just click on yes here. And when you don't have sensitivity labels that are published, then Microsoft will create the labels for you. Let's say label name personal, public, general, anyone, restricted. Confidential, general, all employees, unrestricted, confidential. I mean, these type of labels, you will see the details on the Microsoft documentation. Now, and then you have default sensitivity label policies as well. Because what they do is the default sensitivity label policy makes the labels available for users to start labeling their documents and emails. So first you'll create a label, a sensitivity label, then you will create a label policy, a publishing policy through which you are publishing that label. Okay, now I'll cover publishing sensitivity labels by creating a label policy, and then I'll cover create and configure sensitivity label in the next video so that you don't get all information in one video. Okay, then I was talking about client-side auto labeling. I was talking about server-side auto labeling. Now, what is client-side auto labeling? The default client-side auto labeling configuration automatically recommends users apply a sensitivity label when Microsoft detect credit card numbers in documents or emails they are working with, right? So as a recommendation rather than automatically apply it, this configuration serves as a good first step for highlighting concerning content and introduces users to the practice of labeling their documents and emails. Right? So this only works for documents and emails in use by the Office apps, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. Now then you have service-side auto labeling. Service-side auto labeling helps label sensitive documents at rest and emails in transit. The default service-side auto labeling policy creates policies that run in simulation mode for documents stored in all SharePoint or OneDrive sites and all emails that are sent via Exchange Online. Then you have DLP for Teams. The default DLP policy for Teams detects the presence of credit card numbers in all Teams chats and channel messages. And then DLP for devices. The default DLP policy for devices detects the presence of credit card numbers on Windows 10 devices that have been onboarded into Microsoft Purview, and then it then audits but does not block the upload to cloud service domains, copy to clipboard, access by unallowed apps, print, copy or move using an unallowed Bluetooth app, etc. Okay, so I think this was informative for all of you for default labels and label policies. So if I just turned that setting on and if I refresh, I don't see the default labels yet. I'll have to wait for a few more minutes. Let me just load it or reload it and see what do I see, what do I get after enabling that option. I don't see those or recommendations as well. Right. So we'll cover topics like create and configure sensitivity label and then publish sensitivity labels by creating a label policy. And before that, I'll also see what kind of access I have. Okay, I believe this was informative for all of you. If you have any further queries, please mention them in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. And again, a very happy new year to everyone. Thank you. Have a good day.